You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Are you ready to learn the 3 secrets to launching a successful podcast? Hi, I'm Bill, a recent client of the Podcast Mogul. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast but aren't sure where to begin, he's got you covered. He is hosting a free webinar where he will share the 3 secrets that can help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast without any fancy equipment or technical headaches. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot now and let him help get your podcast off the ground.
It's an amazing journey, and I'm stuck with this phone. Like, it's basically glued to my hip. And you know what? Technology has done wonders in my business, and I'm very grateful for that. That's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 3 of Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm, of course, Phil Better, and this season is presented to you by Unicorn Incubator. Unicorn is the largest rural incubator accelerator of its kind in the world, located in southwestern France, Sola. Its mission is to give entrepreneurs and their families their lives back while helping them build game-changing technology startups. Startups in the company are provided with a complete ecosystem for success, with direct access to proven funding sources, top-notch legal and accounting representation, access to the world's most generous business incentives, and most importantly, a dedicated sales and marketing accelerator that will put a startup's product or service on the fast track to success. Welcome back to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I am, of course, your host with the most, Phil Better. And in this episode, we are investing in Paolo Bastone, the retirement and estate planner. In this episode, we get down to talking about why it's important for entrepreneurs to plan for their retirement. Pablo shares some ways automation and the digital world freed up his calendar so that he could spend time with his family and, create that generational wealth, which is something that he helps you with. He's been a family friend as well as my personal estate planner and planning for my retirement. So it's great to have him on. And if you're interested, stay at the end of the episode. He'll let you know how you can get into contact with him.
Paolo, do you want to just begin giving yourself an introduction here to my audience? And thank you again for being on the show.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. So introduction, basically, I've been doing this for the past 30 years. I started off as I guess it was about 18 or 19 years old. I got into the business. And it was just happened by actually answering an ad on the newspaper. So that's how I started off. So going back in the time when things weren't the digital, we had to actually go through the newspapers to find what you were looking for. So I saw an ad for Sun Life Financial. So I dabbled in stocks when I was 14 years old. So I go, okay, could be something very, very interesting. So I went there. I got myself an interview, and speaking to the gentleman there, he was asking me a series of questions, and then I go, okay, so is this about stocks? And I'm like, I'm getting all excited. Well, not exactly. So I saw another side of finance. So it's nice to make money, but it's nice to also protect money. So that's what got me interested in my side of the business. So I do insurance and investments for my clients. I've been doing that, like I said, for the past 30 years. I am licensed to also sell mutual funds and investment products and retirement products. So that's what got me into this business. Now, what's probably interesting for you and for your listeners is how does digital help me? Well, to be honest with you, ever since I started back in the day, computers were coming in fashion. This is 30 years ago we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I was given at Sun Life a big laptop that you could probably you would have to work out to actually use this laptop. It was so big you could while you're logging in, you could also use them for arm curls. It was ginormous.
So just to stop you, Paolo, so my audience knows Paolo is a friend of my father's, and he agreed to be on the show to tell his story about retirement and estate planning. So I'm laughing because I remember my dad having the exact same computer bringing home when he was working at Sun Life as well.
Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, I'm sure your father told you a couple of good stories about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the days. Those are the days. So yeah, so like I mean, in technology is very important for us, obviously, especially if you want to fast forward to the day. What technology means for me has cut a lot of office hours. It's amazing what you can do now with that same computer that we were doing arm curls with and ginormous is in the palm of our hands. So it's just fascinating what you could do with a smartphone. So what it does for me is it enables me to spend time with my family, to balance work life and professional life and the family life in just the palm of my hands. So everywhere I go, I'm able to get to my emails, respond quickly, and get things done. So just that alone, we've come so far, and it's an amazing journey. And I'm stuck with this phone, like it's basically glued to my hip. And you know what? Technology has done wonders in my business, and I'm very grateful for that. That's for sure.
That's true. I've seen the progression because my dad's was in the same line. He's now retired, so he's one of your client for you, and to see how it's changed his when he was working in the business, and it's true, and I've seen it in podcasting as well. To make that relevance, the podcasters used to have to buy a big mixer and microphone, and it was costly, just like your arm curling laptop that you had to use. But now, thanks to the cell phone, it's all in one place that you can upload and create your podcast on Anchor. So it's like changing the game as well.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So when you generally deal with just retirement and estate planning. So usually those are business owners, and generally when I think estate planning, I think when my dad was working with like high net worth clients in like making 7 figures, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So
yes.
What generally do you help them with to make them their estate planning? What is that really generally?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because in a nutshell, if I have to summarize my business in a few lines and probably expand on that, is I deal with risk. So my thing is when I sit down with someone is, okay, the risk is if something happens to you, an accident, a death, or anything that causes you not to work because you are your biggest asset. If something were to happen that way, we have a plan. So either it be disability, life insurance to take care of your family. We take care of critical illness if you get diagnosed with some sort of critical illness. So we take care of that risk if something were to happen along the lines of your planning and you're going forward with you and your family and your goals for your future. So there's a risk there. So we address that risk. There's also another risk that goes hand in hand, and people keep on, not really thinking about this too often, but it's also a risk. It's living too long.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have enough money to carry you forward for the days that you do stop working? Will you have that money? So there's a risk there. So I want to make sure on the asset side, people have enough assets put aside so that will carry them forward for their rest of their journey and the rest of their days. So basically, I take care of risk. So unforeseen risks and also risk of living too long. So that's where I like to address my concerns with my clients. We sit down, we do an analysis. I speak to them about their goals. I speak to them about their dreams, and I just basically facilitate them to get them in the right direction to address those concerns.
That's pretty much that's what you need, because we see it with our parents now. They plan properly, and we're coming at to age where we are getting those funds, those 6-7-figure and 8-figure businesses. And they need to plan for when that business may not be able to continue, so that they have a backup plan when they do decide to be retired at 65.
Exactly.
It's only 30 years. That's 30 years away from me.
Yeah, it's closer than you think. Like, I mean, like I just saying, it was 30 years that I'm in this business, and I just remember like yesterday walking into that Sun Life office. It was just what a journey. Just passes so quick.
Mm-hmm. And it's everything's passing quicker and quicker now. We see it with COVID. People are becoming 6-7 figures through businesses online. I see it with people on YouTube and part of the Facebook groups I'm part of. I have a client who's a millionaire at 37. So he's a lawyer, so he's already down that part with estate planning and that, but it's like, maybe I should start looking that way as well. So I'm glad that you're on the show to talk about that it's something important that we have to think about in our future.
Sure. It's always a pleasure. I could go on and talking about it. I truly love what I do. So to me, it's not even, I can't even say this is work, to be honest with you. It's just comes second nature for me. I enjoy it. I love talking about finance. I like talking about people's goals and dreams, and sitting down with them and seeing what makes them tick also, because it's not only about business with me. It's like you get to really get into the mind of your clients and how their dreams are and what their goals are. It's very similar to what we all want in this world, have a good life, spend time with the family, making sure everything's taken care of. So it's just fascinating. I love what I do. So it makes it really fun to sit down with people.
No, and I get it just talking with you and feeling the passion of you explaining exactly what you do. It's somewhat, if you read it, it would be, okay, this is someone boring, but because you have the passion, we're listening to you explain what you do, you can feel the passion behind it, and you really do care about your clients. And because I value my father's opinion, and he informed me that you'd be interested to be on my show, so I was like, yes, because I value my dad's opinion, and it double down shows that you are someone of value to be on the show.
Well, thank you. And though your dad, I can't say enough about your dad. Your dad is
Please, let's keep it on the positive note, because I'm pretty sure there's some stories also that he may not want out.
Well, I only know his good side, so I don't know.
Paolo, I want to thank you again for being on the show. And something like that is, I do know you have a website where people can contact you. If you would like to take a few moments to let my guest list know where they can find you if they have some questions about their retirement and estate planning.
Sure. I have my website. It's called itsyourfuture.ca. So it's www.itsyourfuture.ca. We also have the French version, pouvotreavenir.ca. So that's my website. I also, I could also be reached by email, pbastone@progression.net. But when you link on my site, you'll have the links on how to reach me and so on and so forth. So I'm always accessible. Actually, too much. Like I said, the phone is always glued to my hip, so I'm always there.
Yeah, I remember those days for my father, so I understand and how crazy I am on my phone. So yeah, I get that. Of course, everybody, the links will be in the show notes for you to get in contact with Paolo. And Paolo, I want to thank you again for being on the show. It was a great pleasure talking with you, and again, sharing your knowledge with my audience.
Well, fantastic. Great. It's always a pleasure. Anytime you want me back, I'm always here.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Guys, I want to thank Paolo again for sharing his knowledge about planning for your retirement, regardless of your age. You start early. Like previous guests have said, compounding interest adds up, and this can help you plan for your future. If you're interested in getting in touch with him, you can go to his website at www.itsyourfuture.ca, and you can reach out to him and let him know that you heard him here on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. And if you want to support us, please make sure you go to our Instagram and like us. You can find us at Invest in Yourself Pod on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening, and we have an amazing episode. Next is investing in Terry James, the definer of your life's vision. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Phil Better. This is Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Remember to invest in yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to take the next step. When you're ready to dive deeper into how to launch, grow, and monetize your podcast, Phil's got something special for you. Join him for a free webinar where he'll reveal the 3 secrets that have helped countless entrepreneurs succeed in podcasting. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot, and let's turn your podcasting dreams into reality.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.